Hi, Cheyenne. Well, you're. Hi, Marion. And I hope you guys had a good day. So I'm using two decks tonight. Hello, Holly and Amanda and Faye. Okay, so just a couple of things. Cheyenne, I'm going to address your question. I sent you some answer to it, but I'd like to talk about it for a few minutes. Hi, Christy, and I'm doing great, Amanda. Thank you for asking. Uh, but just a couple of things. Last night, maybe my sister had a point. I do tend to talk a lot about my psychic stuff because this is my passion and my pleasure, and it's also my business. So it's important to talk about it. As for the rest of the stuff, I pretty well keep it close. Oh well. Hello, Megan. Hello, Jeanette, Linda, and Jessica. Okay, I'm. Oh yeah, staying warm. I haven't realized I haven't left the house in 2 weeks. My daughter does all the shopping. It's payback, right? You know, drove her all over the place until I convinced her to buy a car when she turned 17. And that was under protest from her. So we're going to start with Cheyenne and I'm going to work my way through. But Cheyenne, I'm going to address your question about Rendell. Uh, okay, my first instinct is it's a lady, not a man. Now, having said it out loud too, even though I wrote that to you already, there's a part of me that also feels like there could also be a man present. So maybe Rendell was a lady and you've got a man in the house as well, but you just misnamed them. I'm not feeling any threat whatsoever. And the reason I thought it was a lady, because you know how when moms go to bed at night and you've left your light on, they go out in and they turn your light off. That's why I thought it was a lady, because the light's being turned off. The noise comes from more a male, and you also have a dog, not a live one, but a dead one in your house. I know you got a live one too, but you also have a dead dog in the house. So there could be a combination of things. I am not feeling any threat, but as we mentioned earlier in previous shows, you can actually ask the spirit to leave. And I did a little video, it's on Facebook and YouTube, about how to ask a spirit to leave. And basically, you ask the person 3 times to leave your house, but then don't mention them for 24 hours. Because if you mention them, they're going to come back. All right. And so we're going to get started. I actually have 2 decks, so I'm going to do my usual two-handed pull. And Cheyenne, 2 of Wands, balance. So some of spirit might be balanced. And it's funny, if you turn the card, look, it looks like a heart. It doesn't when you turn it up, but when I turn it sideways, I get the illusion of a heart there. So it may be balancing your heart, but it could also be about Halloween coming up. Yeah. So you can guess how I think of Valentine's Day. But it could be about Valentine's Day, and it could be that someone's going to tell you how they feel from the heart. Be open. That's the only thing I can say. And then the next thing I pulled was fairy spotting. And it's time to go fairy spotting. Basically, this is talking about even the spirit in your house, but it could also be talking that you've got fairies in your house as well. And if you lose keys, anything like that, and then you find them again, that would be put down to spirit and to fairies. And uh, Cheyenne, you probably have to go down a way to answer this question, but do you recognize the name Robert, Rob, Bob? I know Marion does, um, but I'm just curious if you do. Thank you, Marion, about the top, but what you can't see is it's actually purple. Marion, I picked light. The fairy queen of light comes to shed love and light into your current situation and to remind you that light can penetrate the darkness. I like reading these. These are oracle cards. I don't know them that well, but what I really like is if you look, there's the wings, but look at the rainbow effect from the wings, like a reflection of pure love coming off these wings, and the gentleness of the card as well. And so, Marion, that's what I'm feeling, is there's a lot of gentleness, there's a lot of love for the situation going on, and that there will be people surrounding him at the time. And then, Marion, I also picked the Chariot. This is a shift, a move, making a decision about something. There may be a change in a decision that's being made. And they're just saying to be prepared for it, but it could also be like doing a little renovation or something to your house as well. Not that you really need to, since it's a brand new house, but there may be something, or you're helping someone do a little bit of a renovation. Okay, Holly, hi. And Holly, I picked for you Hope, and that is the fairy here. And again, there's a rainbow, and there's like a message, Elaine or Lorna or Linda in the clouds. And then the Empress. And this is being true to yourself, knowing that you've got plenty around you. You should be watching your diet, and maybe someone around you too. That's also the birth of a new child around you as well. And it's all messages coming towards you. So be open, be ready, be prepared, because when they come, they're going to come like 1, 2, 3, just like that, really fast. Just be open to the messages coming towards you. Hi, Amanda. So, Amanda, shine from within. Looks are only skin deep. It's what's inside that really counts. And with you, I know that even though you're beautiful, that soul of yours has beauty attached to it as well. And then I've got the 9 of Cups, and this is celebration. And so the shining from within could be that you're celebrating something with a loved one or a friend, and that when you give them the congratulations and everything, it's really truly coming from the heart. And it feels like part of this shining is God sense. For me, it's like your connection to spirit, to God, to universe, whichever way you'd like to see it. And I just feel like there's this growth period coming for you. And that, again, if you're open to the idea, concept of growth, and I don't mean girth, I said growth, there's amazing things that can be happening. Hi, Faye. How's the weather up there, Faye? I mean, it's a little colder here, but it's nothing like it is in other places. And it tried to snow here yesterday. So we'll see whether or not it tries to snow this weekend. So, Faith, okay, so have faith, because I picked protection for you. And this is shielding yourself from the outside force of someone who doesn't seem to have the same goodwill for you that, say, I would. Okay. And this is taking care. And, death isn't death as in someone's dying. This is more about a death of an idea, a concept, something that maybe someone around you really wanted, but they're not actually acquiring that. And because you also have healing gifts as well, Faye, this card here tells me you could project that healing energy out to anyone that you feel really needs it. So encompass them with your love, because it's multicolored and it has a lot of great energy to it. And the reason I'm saying that is because the green lady there stands out more than any of the other ladies. And green is about healing. So is blue, but I lean a little more towards green. Hello, Christy. I hope you've had a good day too. And how's the weather where you're living? And so, Christy, wisdom and the 6 of Swords. You're going to, obviously, for me, be learning something new with wisdom. And this could be work related. It could also be a personal growth, Christy. It can be something that is near and dear to your heart. And as long as you're open to, it's going to be all about it being open to change and ideas and concepts and education. But this says that if you're open and you're willing to listen to another person who has maybe more years than you do in life, they may be able to guide or direct you into a direction you'd like to go. Now, the other portion with the wisdom card over here, I think of learning. Okay, I think of starting a career that may need a little get up and go to it. And oh, by the way, if my computer shuts down, I'll come right back. So bear with me. I'm hoping it will last tonight. I've asked for it to. Now, the Seven of Swords, Christy, is about letting go of the past, letting go of hurt, letting go of disillusionment, and turning around and looking, what do you really have staring in front of you? Like, what can you see that will lead you into the wisdom of your future? And both these cards, and that's Six of Swords, sorry, but both these cards tell me that there's a movement, a phase inside your life where maybe it's been rocky, but now it's going to smooth out, but it's only because you've allowed wisdom to come into your soul. All right. Hello, Jeanette. And yes, I am doing fine. It's been quiet on the front here, except I have this one song that I have not been able to get rid of for over 2 weeks now, and it's When the Moon's in the Sky. It's an Italian song from Moonstruck with Cher. It has been stuck in my head and I can't get rid of it. I go to bed, I sing it, I get up in the morning, is still singing it. So if anyone knows anyone who really liked Moonstruck, they're more than welcome to have the song. Okay, where was I? Sorry, got distracted. Jeanette. I am pulling, don't like it. I am pulling, oh, that's interesting. Okay, I pulled the Palace of Cups. And it's actually quite an interesting card because it's a under the water theme, like Little Mermaid. And this could be that maybe you need to do a little swimming. You may need to sit in a tub for a while and just relax and enjoy yourself. But it could also mean that you came from Atlantis at one time, Jeanette. So there could be a spirit connection there for you. And I'm just going to put it up there. And then hidden depth. There are things about you that a lot of people don't know, and you keep them close to your heart, which is okay. But I feel in the next 2 years, you're going to be opening up a little bit more. Now, this, Jeanette, can also have a connection to spirit as well. And it could be you're tapping into your intuition a little bit more over the next 2 years. Be open, keep a journal, see if the messages make sense to you. Megan. Any relationship advice coming through? Okay, let's see. Oh, Eight of Cups. Normally, Megan, this is walking away from a relationship to get to a higher ground to look at it, to see, is this the way I really want to see it? And there's a door at the top in the moon there that could be opened. So this could be developing more a strong relationship around a relationship, getting to know the person a little better than, say, just jumping into bed with them. And this could also, for me, be listening to your intuition. And it's a really strong, powerful card because you're the one. No one's helping you up those stairs. No one's teaching you what to do. It's trial and error for you. And I would say walk slowly and do it in moderation, because that's what this card says, moderation, that you can't binge on fruit all day without having a sugar rush. Take the time to really analyze what you want, what you need inside a relationship, because the more you analyze it, and I'm not saying analyze it to death, because if you do, you'll be my age and still single. Okay, the thing is that what you need to do is look at a relationship as how does it empower you, and that goes for your friends as well as a future relationship. How does this relationship empower you? Does it make you feel strong and alive, or does it make you feel like you want to hide? Because those two are so different, Megan, that if you don't listen to your intuition, you could go astray again. Well, hello, Linda. And Linda, I have the Tower, so there's definitely change, but interesting because I would have, in all honesty, put the Eight of Cups and asked for help together. But with the Tower, this is about you, yourself, who you are, Linda. And maybe what they're trying to say to you is don't be afraid to ask for help if you need it. If you're, again, anything like me, I hate asking for help because I think it's a sign of weakness in myself. But when I did finally ask for help, it was amazing who was there to help me. And there's a lot of love and support around you, Linda. And just be open. Let someone help you. Let them carry the burden, because you don't always have to pack it yourself. And also, the other thing about this makes me think, when it says ask for, what it makes me think is that you may not always communicate how you're feeling to people. And there, that always runs a double-edged sword, because depending on how your face is reflecting the situation depends on the kind of response you get from other people. If you need help, ask. Don't be afraid to. You're welcome, Cheyenne. And Jessica. Well, hello, Jessica. Oh, sorry, I was looking at one and got confused by another. First of all, Jessica, for you, I picked justice. This is balance. This is fine tuning things. This is making sure everything around you is weighed properly. And when you're making your decision, you are making it because it feels right to you. And then nature sign. Be open to signs. Be open to a butterfly lighting on your finger and saying, okay, who are you from? And the first person who comes into your head is who that message is coming from. And this is a very strong, both of them are very strong, powerful cards, because you're looking to balance. And nature isn't about balance. It depends on who you talk to, because when there's a storm and lightning, I think it's balanced. When the sun's out and the wind's blowing, it's balanced. It's when it's like so cold that you can't do anything, and so hot that you're smeltering and sort of melting like the Wicked Witch of the West, that's not balance. Pay attention to your balance, Jessica. Pay attention to your diet, to your exercise, to who you are, to your very soul. And I do not believe it will go wrong for you. Holly, your brother-in-law, Paul, he's going to be okay to a certain degree. There's definitely going to be some changes. And if it was brain cancer, it doesn't feel like that though. But it's going to take time. It's not going to be overnight, and he's going to need a lot of support. Okay, thank you, Jeanette. Hello, I don't see Sandra yet, but since Jeanette has told me she's here, Jeanette, Jeanette, Sandra, you always get this card, the strength card. There must be something about you that you really need to believe you have the lioness inside of you, and that there isn't anything you can't do. And to me, this makes me think of the goddess. You know, I'm a goddess. Love me. And this one is a magical gateway. And this could be you're making some choices, and maybe the choices have to do with having the strength to make the choices, Sandra. And again, the feeling that you need to trust yourself, to rely on your own strength, is going to be important for you, Sandra. It's keeps coming up and up about strength, so I'm putting it out there. Mom, it's Siva. I've seen her. Okay, you guys know what you're talking about. The dog, Amanda, I would say he feels like he's about a mid-calf. It might be a little bigger. And he's sort of like a lab, or what's that other one that looks like a lab but's not a lab? Golden retriever. No, but his hair's short. He doesn't have that long hair. He has shorter hair. That's the dog I'm seeing. All right. Fairies are good, Cheyenne. I have them all over the house. There's a lot of times that things go missing, but if I ask nice, they do bring it back. All right. Just one second. Hi, Sarah. Happy new moon to you and your business license timeline. Within 2 months, by the sounds of things, possibly 3. They're saying that they're going 2 to 3, so that's 2 days, 2 weeks, 2 months, or 3 days, 3 weeks, 3 months. There's a little paperwork that still needs to be done. So I would suggest that you get it done. And it does feel like there's going to be magical blessings around it, plus a lot of happiness, and it feels like success attached to it. And I don't know if you're going to be doing an live exercise class or something, but it does feel like there's a lot of movement, a lot of magic, and a lot of heart that has gone into it. And it feels, like I said, it feels successful. So Sarah, I think you're headed on the right track. But like I said, I'm feeling there's some paperwork that still needs to be done. All right, so have a look at the paperwork and see what you have missed so you can get on top of it. Okay, Cheyenne. It's okay if you know them alive, because I feel like Robert, he's going to be in touch, and it's not for a loan, but he is going to ask you if you can do something. Part of me says no, and the other part says timing's everything. So be aware of what he's asking you to do, and if it really doesn't fit into your time frame, then you need to be upfront with him. And by the way, I really like the picture of your horse. Okay. Yes, sorry, Amanda. I know there were a few questions asked last night, and I meant to print them out today so I could address them. And I actually do not have dream catchers because they don't work for me as well as they might Penelope. Yes, when I did have them, I would have a stone or a feather. Normally, the stone in the center, 2 feathers on the side, and I would bless them before I put them up. And like Penelope, I used to have them in my window instead of over my bed. And I would say I probably didn't clean them as often as I should have, and maybe that was the problem why they weren't working. But yeah, you can cleanse, you can charge, and all you do is put it in the window, especially on a new moon and a full moon, because that helps to charge the crystals or the stones, whichever you're using. Thank you. Yes, it could be a Great Dane. Well, Kathy, you're welcome. And we're going to do the same thing on Tuesday with Sean. So if you have any questions, anyone have any questions they'd like to ask Sean, either email them to me or IM me. I will check Monday to see if anyone has want to ask questions to Sean, and I'll make sure that they get asked properly. Faye, we didn't really have any sun today, and it was cold. The wind was blowing. The guys, I work from home, and the other part of the team works in the office. And our office is one of those trailers that you see for work sites. And they were saying that the wind was just blowing the trailer. Okay. Growth as in spirit sense and them around me. Yes, Amanda. That's what I mean. Wait, I lost you. Okay, yes, that's what I mean. Okay, can I have a reading, please? Okay, Donna Marie, what I do is just pull cards. And what I pulled is the 2 of Swords. And this is, you notice, like, it looks like her eyes are covered and the swords are down. She's making a decision. It's a yes or no answer, Donna Marie. It's not a case of you have to search your soul for it. You know, yes or no, black or white. It's that simple. And then it says to celebrate. So whatever decision you're making is going to be the right decision. It feels like it's coming from the heart. This could also indicate a possible relationship coming towards you, or your relationship, if you're in one, is taking a little bit of a turn, and there's something about it that's growing, changing, and expanding. And they're saying that as long as you're trusting your decision in the process of this relationship, then things should work out the way they hope to, because you're listening with all your senses and you're not just looking at it. Oh, hi, Catherine. How are you, honey? And oh, Kathy, foggy and raining in Mississippi. I love rain. My dad used to throw us out in the rain because he said it would make us grow. One thing he was right about. He said, don't drink coffee because it's going to stunt your growth. Well, I'm 5'10". Sean's 7 feet. How did coffee stunt our growth? And I'm the shortest of us 5 children. But I put it down to the rain, that the rain helped us grow. All right. Catherine. Ooh, nice. Flourish. I hope you're looking after yourself. And this is the 2 of Cups, which means that things are successful, that there's a nice... Okay, this is going to sound really strange, but I just heard someone say, beware the man with the snake. So snake tattoos, snake leather belt, whatever, be careful of him, okay? But this is telling me that your life is falling into place, and that as long as you take the time and you heal properly, you're going to flourish, that things around you are becoming happier, better, and there's a lot of light, so to speak, at the end of the tunnel for you. And it seems to be important that now is the time to pamper yourself, not to worry about others. If anything, others should be picking up after you right now. So keep that in mind. Hello, Shar. Nice seeing you on here. And Shar, let's see what we have for you. We have, just a minute, I'll find it. Okay, we have the 4 of Wands. And we have, oops, upside down, temptation. Oh my God, look, there's a man with a snake. Let's change this one. Okay, life energy. So, Shar, new door opening, expansion. You may be looking at moving. You may have to pack. And the life energy, that's you. You're rebirthing, you're regrowing. There's things about you that are finally making sense for you. And they're saying to be open to the light because there's an opportunity for you to make some changes around yourself and an opportunity for you to communicate with your loved ones. And I don't mean your mom and dad. I'm talking about your sister and a possible wedding and everything coming up and the announcement of a birth. And they might put the cart before the horse there, Shar. Hi, Lisa. Lisa, I picked the Palace of Coins and solitude. I think everyone's home should be the place that they can have that downtime and really enjoy the solitude that your bedroom, like making a room, if you have the space where you can go sit, you can contemplate, you can look at life, you can do a meditation, you can really connect your soul with spirit and allow yourself to grow and expand. And this is also possibly a new relationship if you're not in one, Lisa, or again, the expansion of a relationship. And it just feels really, really warm and sort of fuzzy. It's like having the teddy bear you had when you were a kid. And just so you know, I still do have my teddy bear from when I was a kid. His name's Foxy. He went on my honeymoon with me. So maybe that was something I should have looked at the time. But then I was young. What can I say? Hi, Fatima. How are you? And Fatima, going through or coming out of a difficult situation and finding the friendship around you that maybe you weren't aware of. And this is an expansion for yourself. And this is not, it looks like the person in the 5 of Swords is going to battle, but that's not the case because the swords are down. What the 5 of Swords represents is standing your ground, being proud of who you are, and continuing forward. And this also, yes, would represent that your dad is in a good place. Okay. And both your dad and mom, I tell you what, this is amazing. They have a friendship, and I would tell you, yes, they are still together. But the other thing I keep hearing is that you don't have to fight their loss anymore. And that's what the 5 of Swords is. I accept it. bless them, let them move on. Talk to them on a daily basis because they can hear you. And then the other thing I would say, and I really encourage it, is celebrate their birth date and their passing and their anniversary, because every time you do, that just brings their spirit a little closer. It doesn't hold them here. What it does is allow them to make contact with you and your family. And Fatima, I just feel like they are. You don't have to worry. I feel they are at peace. But I also feel they still have a little unfinished business and that they'd like to take care of you if that's okay. All right. Hi, Ilya. And Ilya, let's see what we have for you today. Okay. Just a minute. You know how I am. I need to find the card that resonates with the person I'm talking to. Ilya, I keep picking swords, so I'm going to leave it alone. But there's a journey for you, and this journey looks like it's going to be magical, and it looks like it's going to be fun. And the one thing, whoops, you may even be starting a little business on the side. I don't know if you've actually opened another business or not, but you might be looking at going into business, starting a little business, and it may be away from the house, not actually in the house right now, but it looks like fun. It looks like there's energy to it. You know, there's the bunny, and the fairy's waiting to get up there because he's like a horse here in this particular case. But the other portion of this, Ilya, is someone's announcing a pregnancy around you. And I think it's coming as quite the surprise even for them. I do not believe that they thought, oh, well, yeah, let's go out and have another baby. I think they're going, oh my God, I can't believe this happened. And I'm just going to say things happen for a reason. So they just need to be open to it. Okay. Hi, Angie. Oh, Angie, the Three of Coins and moon energy. And since we are in a new moon, this could be a time for you to draw the moon energy towards you and to ask for help with it. But this is making money. This is a craftsman. This is putting things into perspective where money is concerned, balancing everything. But it's also dipping into the well of money and making it grow. It's like an energy circle. And well, thank you for that, Angela. I just read your comment. Well, I think it's partly my own fault. I have these high standards, and one of the most important standard for me is they've got to accept me for who I am, because no one's ever done that. And men get a little scared about what I can do. Do you know how I cannot tell you how many times I would be dating someone and they'd get up in the morning and go, everything okay? And I go, yeah, why? Well, just making sure. And I'm thinking, you rotten bugger. Because why ask the question if you have been good? So, anyways, Angie, back to you. This is moon energy. Pull it towards you. It's going to help. I like moon energy because when I'm trying to raise money, now everyone can enjoy this little parlor idea. When I'm trying to raise money, and I don't have a dollar bill, but I take my dollar bill and I go outside. You cannot do it in the house. You have to be outside, because if you do it in the house behind a reflective window, then you're going to lose your money. Okay. But you go outside and you hold the money, whether you can see the moon or not. And you say, Lady of light, I ask of thee to bless this money 20,000 times 3, 10 times 3, 100 times 3. It's all what you want. Just don't be too greedy. And then you do one side and you flip it over and you do the other side and you do it 3 times on each side. And then when you're done, you say, go on your way and do your deed in perfect harmony with no one being hurt, myself included. It's amazing how well that works. Okay, Christy, you're welcome, Darcy. And I bet it is chilly in Ontario. And yes, further education does seem to be coming up more and more. And I'm glad. Sending you to love too, honey. I'm doing fine, Ilya. I hope you're doing fine too. You're welcome, Linda. Same with you. You stay warm as well and have a lovely evening, Jessica and Cheyenne. Okay, Cheyenne, I don't know. I know he's got short hair. He looks like sort of like a lab, but then we had lab boxer crosses. So it is very feasible he could be a boxer. Hi, Lily. Oh, Lily. I picked the 10 of coins. I haven't seen this card. And I picked divination. And this is embrace your gift. Okay, whether you inspire to scribe through water, through fire, through glass, or a mirror, or a bowl, or ruins, they're saying to listen to your gift. All right, Lily? And then this is the 10 of coins. Now, Lily, I'd like you to make sure you get your thyroid checked. All right? Contrary to what the doctors have said, both your granny and or mom and I, sorry, sorry, Faye, your mom and I have had thyroid cancer, and they said this particular cancer is not a family trait. Well, we just blew that out of the water. So please be on top of that. If you're feeling like low, tired, and I'll do it to Catherine as well, please be on top of it and make sure everything's okay. All right. This is a precursor. That's all. I think if you are on top of it and you get your thyroid checked and your thyroid count checked, you're going to be fine. All right. All right. So, oh, and Lily, this is about abundance. Sorry, and there's a message from a man, Ron, who would just like to send off kisses to you. All right. So that's what this is about. Is the baby boy on from your kids? I have to ask. I'm not too sure where that he fits in. All right. Wait, went too fast. Okay. Well, I'd say you're probably right, Amanda, about the dog. You're welcome, Sarah. You're welcome, Cheyenne. And Linda, I lost a friend 9 years ago today. Is there a message from my friend? Okay, Linda, just give me the name. It's going to be easier for me to have a look to see if I get a message from your friend. If I hear their name, yes, I will tell you, Cheyenne. You're welcome. Amanda. Yeah, I think dream catchers in particular can be a choice which way you want to go with them, whether you want to um, energize them or not. I think the idea behind the dream catcher is that they're catching your dreams, your bad dreams. And so, yeah, I would say maybe, either put it in the window or once a month or once a week. It all depends on what you want to do with it. Oh, Kathy, you may be 4'11", but it sure didn't work on stunting my growth. You're welcome, Catherine. Hello, Penelope. And Penelope, maybe you can address what Amanda's been asking about the dream catchers, whether or not you energize them or whatever. I don't know enough about dream catchers. You tend to do that one better than I do. So if you wouldn't mind maybe answering her question. Okay, who am I looking for? Penelope. I'm just looking for the right card. Look at that. I even do it to you. Okay. Oh, okay. 5 of Wands. A little bit of a struggle at work, but you're going to be on top of the game. And this says, believe in magic. Open your eyes and see the magic all around you in nature. But what I feel with the nature one is more about the idea that you're communing with spirit or fairies in nature. And I don't know if you're aware that mom, whenever I'm saying mom, but I normally call her Ruby. But when mom saw a frost ring in the grass, she would jump into the center of it and make a wish with the fairies. And the first time I saw her do it, I was sort of a little taken back because I was older. And at that time, I wasn't practicing or anything. So she explained it to me, and it was quite nice. I liked the idea that you could do that. So I keep an eye open for fairy rings so I can jump into the center without disturbing anyone and make that wish. And that's what this is saying, that there is a wish where work is concerned, and you're going to come above it. You're going to do fine. And you're going to feel the energy shift and change, especially in the spring, and you're going to be amazed of your results. Well, Amanda, I would tell you that I'm probably looking at the dog, but I probably would also look at the owl or the eagle, or there's another bird, but I can't think of what it is. All right. Sanbi, you came on the other night, so I'm pulling two cards for you. And the Seven of Wands is using your inner strength in a quiet way, not being boisterous, and I can't say the word, not being loud, not being arrogant, but using it. I know that's not what this card looks like, but that's what they're trying to say. So you don't have to fight the crowd. You can be gentle in your words, and those words will lead you in the direction you need to be in. And this is also about motivation. And the motivation could be that there's an idea, concept, a dream, a wish that you want to do, but you keep putting it to the side because, I'll deal with it later sort of idea. And I think we're all notorious of that one. And they're saying that you can achieve the end results with the kindness, with the gentleness, with the energy that comes from within without anyone being in the way. All right? I'm glad you like that. Now, Ilya, awesome. Yes. And I do a lot of Reiki, but I normally do animals because they can't talk back. It's great fun. Captive audience there. No, that's not the dog I'm seeing. I don't see an Australian Shepherd ever. I said it's like a lab. And since she asked about a boxer, I'm sort of leaning there. Lily, you're welcome. Linda, you say the name Brad. Okay, that's the person who passed. Good thing you said Brad because I was thinking it was a man. Okay, what I feel is gentleness. And I feel like I'm a little boy. I'm wondering, did you know him since he was, I don't know, 10 to 17? I'm really bad with age. But when I look at him, I've got this shaggy type of hair, sort of like mine in a way, maybe a little wave or curl to it. And I feel this gentleness, this warm feeling as though my heart is glowing for you. And I also feel sad too that I'm dead, as though this wasn't something I expected or something I wanted. And um, they're really saying that, okay, they're really saying he's at peace. That's what I'm hearing. Were you guys more than just friends, Linda? Uh, you can answer that down towards bottom. So the baby boy is Raymond's grandson. All right. I really feel like this little boy has more energy than you guys realize. And there's something about him that's special. And I cannot put my finger on it, Faye, but there is definitely something. I did Kathy, but if you missed it, I'll tell you what. Temperance, patience is a virtue, but balance, hot and cold, fire and water, and look, romance coming towards you. And then, whoops, wrong one. Romance coming towards you. And then this is about abundance, preparing yourself for abundance. And uh, Kathy, for me, abundance isn't just about money. It's about the way we feel, the people around us, how we feel inside our home. And so when you look at it, the word abundance, look beyond the idea of money. All right. Lisa, can you see? Oh, wait, where'd you go, Lisa? Can you see how my friend Gannon will be? She is going through some medical issues right now. Okay, it's going to take a little work. Not a little, it's going to take a lot of work for her. And I feel as though that she may even have to get a second consult or a third consult. So I'm telling her to be open to the idea that not to rely just on one practitioner. She may have to look for a few. Okay. And Amanda, Penelope said dream catchers are meant to be kept in the window or near windows. The dreams are caught and the sun cleanses them in the morning. I also smudge them, is what she says. Okay. Hello, Sonia. And Sonia. We have inner child. The inner child doesn't like to be judged. All right. There's two things going on. The inner child is bringing out the person inside of you that you have left dormant for a very long time, and they're saying to embrace her, to let her dance, to let her have some fun every now and then. I mean, I try to once a month bring out the kid inside of me and to have fun with it. All right, but I'm not always consistent. And then this one is talking about not being judgmental, and that not being judgmental could be towards yourself. It doesn't have to be judgmental to other people. This could be about how you view yourself, how you live up to certain standards, and maybe sometimes you fall short, and that's okay, because not everything can fall into place the way we want it to. I mean, I'd love for everything to be perfect in the world, but I know that everyone has their own burden, their own ox or cross to carry. And it took me a long time to understand that nothing's ever going to be perfect. But as long as we look at it and we decide, how do we make this work for us? It's amazing how our world changes. How do we embrace sadness? That's a big one. Okay. And to embrace sadness is to look at it and say, okay, I'm sad. What do I do to change this? Do I go outside? Do I exercise? Do I sit inside with the sunlight going? Do I take whatever medication that I need to bring me to that level where my endorphins are feeling happy again? So don't judge yourself, because if you do, then you're going to find yourself falling down a little. So bring yourself up. All right? Do not judge yourself. Oh, okay, Cheyenne. So now you know what to do. And Penelope said, if you like, you can always message her for info. And Darcy is right. I'm right. She does use a lot of dream catchers. Amanda, you're welcome. From Penelope, I know she'll say that too. And okay. Angela, a black cane corso mixed with Great Dane. Oh, black short hair. Yeah, okay. Um, so I'll leave that with Penelope and you guys. Darcy, you received a text from my old friend's husband. He said she was dying and needed a friend. I haven't talked to her in over 4 years. Should I call her? I've known her online for over 10 years. Her name is Carolyn. I don't see why not. I mean, you're not going to be going to her house, obviously, but there's no harm in calling if she needs a friend. It never hurts to reach out to someone who's dying. Just remember that their point of view of the world is going to be totally different than ours is right now. Okay, you can leave anytime now. No one's going to IM you for a reading. Will anyone, Penelope, if you can you just delete them? And if not, I'll do it after the show. Yes, I see that. And so, well, if anyone has any other questions, I've got a few more minutes and I can answer them. And in the meantime, let's see. I'd like to go back to, just a minute, I'll find the name. And it's always fun going backwards. Whoops. Lisa. Nope, it wasn't Lisa I wanted. But Lisa, tell your friend, definitely go for a checkup, to talk to other people. Just don't leave it to one person's final decision unless she 100% trusts them, because I'm not a nurse, doctor, lawyer, financial planner. So I think it's important that people ask questions. Like when I had cancer, I went to 3 different people. And it was funny because one of them told me it wasn't cancer. And yet I held the sheet in my hand that said it was cancer. There were 4 tests done, and all 4 tests came back with the same results. So it is important. Linda, that's who I wanted to talk to. Linda, does Brad by any chance have a family that you talk to? And if you do, could you put it at the bottom? Because, and can I ask, is Brad about, oh God, I'm 5'10", so let's go 5'10" higher, dark hair, light colored eyes by any chance? And did he smoke? And was there anything that revolved around, whoops, this shouldn't have happened scenario? If you wouldn't mind answering that, that would be great. Okay, Angie, I don't tend to look to see how long a person's going to live anymore. Um, but I would tell you they could still have a year. Contrary to what might be said to them, they could have a year or more. And the reason I don't is when my daughter was a baby, she almost died, and I saw it. And I asked Spirit never to show it to me again. And then I saw like when I was a kid, I saw my grandfather die. I knew when my granny died. Um, I got a little tired about knowing when people were dying. And I'd gone over to visit my mom after she had open heart surgery. And I remember coming to her house, standing in her kitchen, and she was translucent green. I looked at her and I went, "You're dying. That's not fair." Because I just got to know her. And I left. I couldn't be there. I couldn't watch death hold her. And yeah, I really asked them, don't show me death anymore. I mean, they'll show me when something's wrong, but I really do ask them not to show it to me. It's a hard, as Penelope pointed out last night, it is a really hard burden when you see death and you see life. And I've always felt that I think sometimes it's important that we have our own private death rather than broadcasting it. And even when our brother died, contrary to them telling me, yeah, okay, don't worry, we're not going to tell you. The day he died, I picked up the phone and because I knew he was dead. And yet the hospital hadn't called yet. So death is an interesting thing, but Angie, your friend could have longer than what? It depends on your friend's spirit. Do they want longer or are they ready to embrace death? And that's something that everyone needs to be aware of. I knew people who should have lived forever and they died within a week. And it was because they were ready. Death was there and they wanted it. You're not going to get much more time, Angie. So if you need to talk to the person, I would definitely say talk. I was just trying to give him the energy or her the energy so they could last longer because I feel like they do want to last longer. I don't think they really want to go yet. So I'm trying to open a door to give them the energy so that they can last longer. Well, folks, on that note, tomorrow's Friday. Hoo hoo. I can hardly wait. It's been a long week and it's been sort of a tiring week at that too for some reason. It could be because of the new moon energy, but normally I'm always up and high and ready to go. This isn't about the husband, Kathy. This is about the friend, okay? So if you want to be friends with his wife, and I am telling you, don't go to the house. Yeah, talk to her on the phone. If he wants to talk to you for hours, just tell him that's not your plan. All right? Because he is not the man for you. Okay. Well, Angie, you're welcome. And I really miss seeing everyone I do know online. And it's been really nice meeting all these new people. It's been fantastic. I love it. And I'm so grateful that you all take the time to come out and to visit silently with me because it is nice. It replenishes my soul that there are so many people out there who hopefully believe in what they hear, they see, they feel, they taste without having to question it all the time. May love, peace, joy, and happiness find you all in mysterious ways. And we will see you on Tuesday at 7 p.m. Blessed be everyone. Good night.